somewhere, whenever the rain stops and whenever the power, or what should I say, the pressure takes it to, it will just end there, and then it will lie down there. There are some ways that were not generated by you, and at the end of the rain you will see them at maybe at your compound, in your compound, deposited there. And what do you have to do? You have to clean them, you have to clear them if you want to breathe good and fresh air. And so when you are disposing waste, I realize that in this part of the world we are so particular about disposing waste, but we do not take into consideration the waste we are disposing, where it is going to. Yes, when you get to the market, I want to mention Akpan and Dem market in particular. If you go there when it is raining, when it starts to rain, you will see women rushing out to dispose their waste. You see them disposing them and emptying them into the gutters. You see them emptying them into the flood water. As the water is running, they are just throwing their waste there, and the rain, all they are after is that let the waste just leave the place where they are. If it is their market, maybe their space where they are selling, all they are interested is that that waste should not be in that particular place where they are seated, in that particular place where they are selling. And so they dispose this waste, they put it in the flood water, and it takes it wherever. They have forgotten that where this thing is taking it to, it may come to your compound, it may take it, and then it may block the sewage, it may block the gutters. And I want you to know that if it blocks the gutter, the resultant effect will be flood. Many places that had no business flooding is now beginning to flood. What do you do? As a citizen, you know that you have the right, you have that privilege to ensure that where you are living is clean. When you wake up in the morning and you sweep, where do you sweep into? Do you sweep into the gutters? Do you pack the sand into the gutters? Or do you put them somewhere and then you will deposit them or dispose of them properly? You also see that we have this disposable the refuse bin, where you have them strategically located on our street. But I don't know whether I should say, unfortunately, when people go to dump their waste, what they do is that they just drop them on the floor. They do not make use of that disposable bin, and at the end of the day, you see that the waste is littered all over the place. And when rain comes, it will pack them, it will drain the water from them. If some of them are not packed, the water from them will drain. And we all know that we are drinking from boreholes. Where are all this water going to? At the end of the day, some of them will sink, and some of them will be evaporated, and some of them will find their ways into our rivers, our ocean, our ponds, and even our streams. As you know that there are some villages, even as we speak, that are still dreaming from, that are still taking their drinking water from the stream. And when all these debt are being taken there and deposited there, what do you think the people are drinking? Every day, maybe you look at it, okay, look at it, this is a typical way we dispose waste in our environment. This is around the river base, and if you have all this, you know that sometimes the water will rise and then it will pack all this and it will put them in the sea. If you have a chemist talk about this plastic, have the chemist talk about most of these materials, the iron that you see that we dispose of, the effect of it, the effect of it in the environment, and the effect of it even in the sea and high sea and ocean. You will know that even the fishes that we are eating and we are expecting to come, most of them are also affected by these deadly activities of ours. Flooding does not just happen, it is what we, the citizens, have done to our environments that is causing flooding. Beautiful environment is that it is not wished. A beautiful environment is not wished, it is worked out. I hope you heard me. What I'm saying is that to have a beautiful environment, to have a beautiful place to live in, there has to be some measures of actions that is put in place. I know that some people plant flowers around their houses, but I like one man that each time I see his post about his environment, his living house, something like this. This is somebody's living house, and you can see how beautiful it is. There is no dirt anywhere in this place. There is no plastic thrown anywhere. There is no rubber. There is no polythene bag littered all over. I am very sure whoever has this house has a place that they collect their refuge and then properly dispose of them. I know one man in this Uyo is a retired permanent secretary. He's a medical doctor. In his house, if you go to his house, you will admire everything. Though he has some part of it that has been floored with, that has been cemented, he has other part that he has partitioned where he plants all edibles. In place of flower, just putting flowers that may not be edible, he will put water leaf. He will have pineapples on them. He will have plantain. A few days ago, I stumbled on his post and I saw where he partitioned a very small place and is using it as a poultry farm. Wherever you are, you can make your environment habitable. It can be very good even for your livestock. And so for this man, he doesn't believe in wasting any space. So his space, he makes sure that he plants all this water leaf, he plants a fang, he plants a ditan, and all those things in your environment. What are you doing to make it beautiful, to make it habitable, to make it worth celebrating, like the one we have just seen on the screen? Yes, you can do something about it and not just throw waste anywhere you want to throw waste. You can control flooding. All of us can do something about it. You don't need to just, once it is raining, you just rush out and you throw your waste in the gutters, you throw your waste in the water, and then you are using stick to make sure that it runs and it passes where you are staying. When you do like that, know that where it is taking it to, in our parlance they will say idem. And I want you to understand that what that means is that if you urinate in a stream, if your mother does not take it, your father may take it because it's flowing, so it can take it to where your people are staying. So when you deposit those things where you should not deposit them, know that at the end of the day, the health hazard it poses may not just affect you, it will affect other people. Nowadays, you go to the hospital, you see so many cases. Some of them we don't know why we are having them, but some of our activities are contributory factors to some of the things that we are facing. So how about your health? Do you consider your health when you are disposing that waste? Do you also consider your wealth when you are planting those flowers around you? There are some flowers that you will plant around you and it would even disperse all forms of harmful animals and all that and pests. There are some that are edible, and we are encouraging you that each time you are looking at your environment, it should bring some sort of joy to you, some sort of happiness to you. Yes, we see people living at places where erosion is eating deep, and we have been warned this year that there may likely be flooding in Akwa Ibom State. That's the reason we are bringing this information to you, to help you be alert, to help you ensure that you do not perpetrate those acts that constitute a menace, those acts that make this environment uninhabitable. We are asking that you please do not you shouldn't make the environment not worth living in. So in your house, as you are in that vehicle, you're eating that is it banana, you're eating coconut, you're eating or you're drinking from a plastic container, you're drinking the sachet water. When you finish, you can put it at some of the public or commercial vehicles, they have waste bin inside their vehicles. What do? Put them inside those vehicles. Sometimes it's even better you leave them on the floor of the vehicle. When the driver goes, if they are the responsible type, they will remove them and dispose them properly. But I know some of them will even go to the park and just sweep them and put them wherever they park their cars, which of course is not true. So when you finish drinking that water, please don't drop it on the road. It is so, I don't know, disheartening to see that many times you see people on transit. You just see them finish eating something from the vehicle, a moving vehicle, and they just drop it on the road. They don't care. They don't mind. Maybe their mindset is that there are people to sweep those places. Yes, those places can still be neat. I'm telling you that there are certain places where you go to and you will be surprised that there are deaths. I want to give kudos to Prince Ikam, who is in charge of the sanitation, the environment. He is doing well, but I think we can help them to do better by disposing waste appropriately. It's not good that they will go and clear this waste, and then a few minutes after they cleared it, we have gone back and we have littered the place. We don't care, we just drop things anyhow. I remember a few years ago, when you visit the city of Calabar in Cross River State, it was a reference point for so many people. You will just be hearing, I think it was during Donald Duke's period, that you dare not drop anything on the road anyhow. If you drop it, there were always people who will make sure that they follow up the vehicle that dropped that thing. And so the drivers were always very conscious that when you board a vehicle going to Calabar, they will announce to you, as we are going, please don't drop any dirt on the street. That if you drop it, the fine that will come, you will be the one to pay it. And everyone, I believe, we were all alert. So when you get to Calabar, Cross River State, in those days, you dare not drop anything on the road. I think task force can help us to do this, since people do not want to just live in a free way and that law is not enforced. I don't think we should look for task force to follow us up, to monitor us and maybe arrest us before we can do the right thing. If you put that refuge, maybe that sachet water, having finished drinking, you put it inside your bag, when you get home you dispose of it properly, I think it can help. If you put that banana peel inside maybe that polythene bag, when you go out you dispose of it properly. It's also not good that you are inside a moving vehicle and you get to where these receptacles are, the waste bins are, you just go there and you are moving in your vehicle and you throw it. When you throw it, it can never go to the exact point you would have loved it to be deposited, and so you throw it and it litters all around. I know that we can do better. Akwa Ibom is known for its beauty. Akwa Ibom is known for its hospitality. Akwa Ibom is known for its cleanliness. When you come to Akwa Ibom, you should have that air. You should be proud. You should be happy because you need to breathe fresh air. This is made possible by the way we live. So when you are cooking and your environment is so dirty, you are cooking and you are putting that water and all the debris, all of them, you just take them to that gutter. Some places we have tunnels, and you see that once that tunnel is blocked, there is no way there will be no flooding. And this flooding will not be clean water. It's going to be water that will be very, very dirty. This water will flow to places you never would have believed. And flooding, you know, it has so many effects. It can affect our plants. It can affect our houses. You know, you can leave your house for work just like we have left this morning, and it rains heavily, and by the time you get back, or you may even receive a call that your house is flooded and your pot of soup is floating. You may hear that your house is flooded and everything has been taken off. Would you love to be displaced? Yes, even if government come to your aid, it can never be the same. Even if individuals and friends come to your aid, it can never be the same. And you know that things are very hard, and the little things you have and possess, it is good you are able to keep them well, not to allow them to be taken by flood. So what do? Take action that will help the environment to be better. Take action that will help us to live better. Take actions that will not make that flood that is being, will I use the word prophesied, that is being proposed. I don't know. I pray that you will not be the reason why we have flood in areas, especially areas where they're supposed to. It's rainy season, and like you have seen, it is just starting. It's gathering momentum. Before you know it, it may rain some days. You may have it for 2 days. There are days it may rain consistently for 3-4 days. And then when it is like that, if what you did was a wrong thing, a wrong action, it can cause something that you yourself will not like. So what are we telling you this morning? Learn to plant and make your environment look beautiful. Learn to dispose waste properly. If you are living where there is erosion, where there is like there are some of the clips we saw there, people are taking so much risk and they are living at places they are not supposed to live in. You know that place, there is gully erosion and it is eating deep. Please, we will advise that you can relocate for the period and stay where maybe you can be safe until maybe the rainy season is over, if you cannot afford to permanently leave such place. So please look out for the things that can cause harm to you and for others, and ensure that you take actions that will avert such occurrences. This morning, I hope I've been able to inspire you to keep a good environment. I hope I've been able to motivate you to ensure that you do not dispose that waste inappropriately and help each other. When you see your friend eating, be alert to see if the person will throw it out of the window. And if the person is about to and you can stop it, please do stop it. I pray that I will be conscious. I pray you will be conscious that you do not litter our environment. You should not be the reason why there is that flood. I leave you with that this morning. I leave you with taking responsibility and making our environment a better one, a more beautiful one, a more habitable one for all of us to live in. Thank you so much. My name is Grace Susan. Heartbeat continues. Do stay with us. Bye-bye.